like a best friend.
He's so cute and fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch brings one of the most beloved animated stories back to the big screen in a fresh live-action reimagining that blends heartfelt emotion, family drama, science fiction chaos, and colorful Hawaiian culture. This new version revisits the powerful idea that ohana means family, and that family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. While the original animated film built a massive fan base with its humor and emotional core, this adaptation aims to modernize the story while keeping the spirit that made it unforgettable. The overview of the film centers on a lonely young girl living in Hawaii and a genetically engineered alien experiment who unexpectedly crash into each other's lives. Lilo is an imaginative, emotionally complex child struggling to find connection after personal loss. Stitch, originally created for destruction, escapes from an intergalactic authority and lands on Earth, where he pretends to be a dog to hide from those chasing him. Their bond forms the emotional backbone of the story. What begins as chaos slowly transforms into a touching exploration of belonging, identity, and unconditional love. The live-action adaptation expands on the emotional realism of the characters. Lilo's personality feels layered. She is funny, stubborn, sensitive, and misunderstood. Her relationship with her older sister Nani carries deeper dramatic weight in this version. Nani is not just a supportive sibling. She is a young woman forced to grow up too quickly, juggling responsibility, financial pressure, and the fear of losing custody of her sister. Their dynamic grounds the film in real human stakes, making Stitch's arrival even more disruptive but also transformative. Stitch himself remains one of the most iconic animated characters ever created, but in this version he is brought to life through advanced CGI blended into live-action environments. His design stays faithful to the original blue alien look with expressive eyes, mischievous movements, and chaotic energy. However, the visual effects add texture and realism, making him feel physically present in the Hawaiian setting. His destructive tendencies are played for humor at first, but as the story progresses, the emotional vulnerability beneath his aggression becomes clearer. The cast introduces a new young actress as Lilo, bringing authenticity and innocence to the role. The performance focuses on natural emotion rather than exaggerated cartoon energy. The actress portraying Nani adds depth and maturity, presenting a character who feels relatable and grounded. The supporting cast includes actors portraying social workers, local island residents, and extraterrestrial figures pursuing Stitch. These alien characters are expected to be rendered through a mix of motion capture and digital effects, maintaining their colorful personalities while fitting into a live-action world. Plot-wise, the story closely follows the original narrative structure while introducing subtle expansions. Stitch escapes from space after being declared dangerous by galactic authorities. He crashes in Hawaii, where he is adopted by Lilo from an animal shelter. Chaos erupts as Stitch struggles to understand human life and control his destructive instincts. Meanwhile, alien agents search for him, creating both comedic and action-driven sequences. At its core, though, the story remains intimate. It is about a broken family trying to survive and finding healing through unexpected connection. The Hawaiian setting plays a vital role in shaping the film's atmosphere. The live-action format allows the beaches, forests, and small-town neighborhoods to feel vivid and immersive. Cultural elements are handled with care, emphasizing local traditions, music, and the strong sense of community that defines island life. The concept of ohana is not treated as a simple catchphrase, but as a living principle guiding the character's choices. The environment contrasts beautifully with Stitch's chaotic energy, making his journey toward empathy even more meaningful. The trailer generated significant online discussion when it was released. Fans were eager to see how Stitch would look in a realistic format, and the first glimpses sparked both nostalgia and curiosity. The teaser focused on emotional beats between Lilo and Stitch while also showcasing comedic destruction sequences. The music subtly referenced the original film's Hawaiian-inspired soundtrack, blending familiarity with new orchestral arrangements. Reactions ranged from cautious optimism to enthusiastic excitement, with many praising the decision to keep Stitch visually recognizable. Release details place the film among a lineup of major family-oriented theatrical events. It is positioned as a cinematic experience designed for both longtime fans of the animated classic and a new generation of viewers, discovering the story for the first time. Marketing emphasizes heart, humor, and spectacle in equal measure. The timing aims to attract families, especially during peak moviegoing seasons, ensuring a wide audience reach. One of the most talked about aspects of the adaptation is how it handles emotional themes. Loss, responsibility, and the fear of separation are explored with more realism than in the animated version. The possibility of Lilo being taken away from Nanny feels more intense in live action because the performances make it tangible. Stitch's transformation from destructive experiment to protective family member mirrors the idea that identity is shaped by love and belonging rather than origin. The action sequences are expected to feel larger in scale compared to the original animation. Alien technology, spacecraft chases, and explosive mishaps are enhanced through modern visual effects. However, the filmmakers have emphasized that the heart of the story remains the relationship between Lilo and Stitch. Even the biggest action moments are framed through emotional consequences rather than pure spectacle. Music continues to play an important role. Hawaiian melodies, Elvis-inspired tracks, and emotional instrumental themes blend to create a nostalgic yet updated soundscape. Songs that were iconic in the animated film may be reinterpreted in fresh ways. The score aims to capture warmth and whimsy while supporting the emotional arcs of the characters. Behind the scenes, the production focuses on balancing practical filming in real locations with digital enhancements. The creative team has discussed the challenge of translating exaggerated cartoon expressions into believable CGI without losing personality. Stitch's comedic timing, facial expressions, and physical humor require careful animation to preserve the charm that made him beloved worldwide. Fan discussions often compare this adaptation to other live-action remakes. Some viewers hope it will capture the sincerity that defined the original rather than relying solely on nostalgia. Early promotional material suggests that the filmmakers are aware of this expectation. By deepening character development and preserving the emotional core, they aim to avoid feeling like a simple visual remake. Updates surrounding the film highlight the excitement around bringing this story back into mainstream conversation. Merchandise, promotional campaigns, and themed events build anticipation. The character of Stitch remains hugely popular across generations, making this release both a creative project and a cultural moment. At its heart, the movie is about chosen family. Stitch begins as a weapon designed for chaos but becomes a symbol of connection. Lilo begins as a lonely child but discovers strength through compassion. Nani struggles with fear of failure but finds support through community. These arcs converge in a climax that emphasizes unity and sacrifice. The emotional payoff reinforces the message that family is not defined by perfection but by commitment. Overall, the live-action Lilo and Stitch aims to combine nostalgia with modern cinematic storytelling. It honors the spirit of the original animated classic while expanding emotional realism and visual scale. By focusing on heartfelt performances, immersive Hawaiian settings, and a carefully crafted CGI version of Stitch, the film seeks to deliver laughter, tears, and adventure in equal measure. If successful, it will not only reintroduce a beloved story but also remind audiences why the concept of ohana continues to resonate so deeply across cultures and generations.